Good luck. So this will probably be, depending on how fast this might be the last map, and then I'll do a quick AFK, get everything set up for tonight's extravaganza, and then we will begin the 24-hour marathon in basically 47 minutes. Should be a lot of fun, a lot of giveaways, so please tell your friends and family if they want to watch. I will try and do my best. I think that I should be able to stay awake all 24 hours. Granted, I've been up awake since 7 o'clock this morning, and it's going to be 10 o'clock p.m. when I start. So this is basically more of a 40-hour marathon, and I've done those kind of things before, and so I'm not terribly worried about it. But we'll see. Just because, now that I have a kid and all that kind of stuff, that can't stay up as late as I used to. But my longest binge session for gaming, I think, was about 60 hours non-stop back in my EverQuest days. Ugh, the grinding in that game was real. To answer your question, Einstein, the beach, I wouldn't say it's suicide, but it's very, very bad. The reason why, the hunters all have the high ground, and everyone knows, unless you're, Obi-Wan Kenobi, if you have the high ground, it's a really big thing. And so holding the high ground is really good because they can keep eyes on you, they can keep shooting you, they can keep food off of you, and there's no way to basically get off the beach without being domed unless the hunters are, lobotomized for the most part. So it's very, very scary because you're always going to get domed and they just have eyes on you. So it's very hard. Plus, because of how open it is, it's very hard to avoid getting damaged in the dome. And really good job. Please go any hunter other than Torvald. It looks like you get your wish. And so I wouldn't necessarily say the beach. Ooh, this is a nice, interesting team. So this is basically the pain train. You're going to get darted by Val, who's going to get harpooned by Griffin, and Sunny's just going to boost the two of these guys until, this is a team that I think that you don't even have to throw a dome, and you can sometimes win games with if you're doing it right. Very, very strong. It's very, very good after dome. And so what that means is that you're basically, most of your damage is coming on the chase as opposed to inside of a dome. Parnell is also very good because it can take advantage of the weak points. Griffin is amazing with Val weak points. Really, really good job. This is a very nice team. I really like this team. It'll be very, very interesting to see happen. Plus, this is on Distillery, so if this was on the other map, that team, you will never get off the beach alive. It is Normandy for you on that beach. Finally, I want that booklet. I want that booklet too, Portkey. I'm very sad that somebody else is going to get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy that I can give it away and things like that. By the way, I do have a new Twitch layout. I have a Tip the Cow button down below. That's my donation button. Any proceeds that get are going immediately towards shipping and handling because I've got 36 or 37 physical items to ship, and they aren't necessarily cheap. I'm pretty sure that book alone is probably going to be a bit, especially if someone in Europe wins it. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a very expensive thing to do. So interesting. I do like that he is taking a sneaky route. It'll be interesting to see if he has points into tongue grab, because if you have points into tongue grab, I feel that you can camp in one of these buildings and get a lot of mileage out. Ooh, those birds. Okay, very, very close to me, those birds. So this might bring carrion birds just because that is a lot of one meat. So I'm not the biggest fan. Oh, okay. I like that he only ate a couple and then started moving. I really like that decision just because eating 3 or 4 is almost guaranteed to get carrion birds. Here you might get it just because you've eaten 3 or 4 things outside, but you should have a good amount of armor. So let's see how their split is. So their split, I do like this kind of box formation, and again, those dirty, mangy mutts. Once again, poor Pike. The Trapjaws just do not like you this game. So I do like that they're setting up I wish I could see where that sound trap is. I think that sound trap is right near the entrance of the cave, which is a really nice location for it. But I do like how they're kind of split up, but not super spread up that they can't get back. I like Kyra being on the outside just because she can always speed, oh no, it's Val. Oh, that's actually kind of scary. I don't like Val being by herself. I was thinking that was Kyra for Sinka, and she can always speed boost back. But Kyra by herself is a very, very scary prospect, and it looks like Sharper is going to keep on shooting this guy. So there's those Tranks. Really, really good job. Just keeping Tranks on it the whole time. Not going to... Oh, I think that was a weak point on him. Yep, got a weak point on it. So it looks like that... Ooh, and where's Sunny for the boost? Oh, Sunny looks like Sunny's a little far. but it looks like he might be able to dome right here, right below. Oh, I think he can. I think I'd feel safe with him right there, but I like that he's holding it off. You know, a lot of people kind of throw the dome a little early. I would love, especially against a behemoth, I really like waiting until about 75 to, or he's at 75% or 50% armor before shooting that dome. Just because that's much more permanent damage. And look at that. Just keeping the tranks up. There's the lava bomb. Oh, it's going to hit the sky. Oh, it's not going to hit the sky. It's going to explode up on the roof. Nice. So I like that they're pinning the monster in here, because right now they're not. The monster's not going to be doing anything, and so they. Oh, that medic is really out of position. I'm not sure why. Ooh, that could have been very, very scary. I'm not sure why. There's no real reason to kind of do that. Oh, and here comes Parnell. Okay, so now he's out. So now might be a good time to go ahead and harpoon and continue up the chase. So the monster might just evolve in the caves knowing that he's going to go ahead and get domed, which is honestly not a terrible idea. It's going to be interesting. So here comes thing. Oh, and nice shooting by Task. Able to get him off. Ooh, nice lava bomb. That's going to close off that little area. Val has a hard time healing through AoE like that, so very, very good job. And there's Parnell doing a little bit of damage. Looks like that they're kind of... Okay, so the dome should be coming down shortly. And that... Ooh, very, very good tongue grab. Or not tongue grab. Lava bomb. Nice boosting by Sunny. I would like... It's interesting that the monster is not fully engaging, but neither are the hunters. So really, really good job. I like that Task is waiting for the monster to move and then harpoon, because it's wasting his traversals. Ooh, this could be very, very bad. Task all by himself. Oh, wow. Miss on that. Oh, Task getting boosted. Not using it. Not using it. Oh, and this could be it. Nope, looks like Task is able to get out just in time. So now that the monster's at a quarter health, ooh, that bomb really, really working damage on Task Force. I like that they're fighting closer to Sunny's drone, but I would like to see Sunny's drone kind of repositioned. Yeah, that's Mr. Potato Head. Thank you, Aiden. There you go. There you go. So really good job. So the monster at no armor now. I would love to see a dome coming down shortly, because right now it'll be nothing but pure damage. And I like that Val is keeping everybody up really, really well. And if they can fight near Sunny's dome, even better. Oh, looks like Sunny's dome went down. I'm thinking that they're just waiting for him to come out or evolve and then engaging. When he has no armor and only one skill, I feel that going after him is actually a little bit of a better play, I think. So it looks like he's looking for a place to evolve. And of course, everyone's favorite evolve spot. So now Tharmak is going to run in. There we go. So there's the super soldier in just a second. And let's go ahead and there we go. Lots of damage. Shoot, shoot, shoot. There we go. So not quite as much damage as I would have liked. So Tharmak separated from his team. Going to be putting up... Oh, wow. A little too late on the personal shield, unfortunately, and it looks like that the Behemoth might get a good strike here, and right now that is going to be very, very, very hard for Val to heal through. So Rockwall should be coming up very, very shortly, and there it is, so they can go ahead and get a permanent strike, or not a permanent strike, but I mean a death, and it looks like the three of them might skedaddle, knowing that they can't really do too much damage, but if they can keep them tranked, they can do a little bit of damage. So Sunny's still decent damage. Griffin can do a bit of damage. And right now, there's that rock wall trying to cut off the team. And right now, I feel that all he has to do is focus on the healer, and he could probably close out the game. But right now, not going after the healer, I feel is a little bit of a mistake, just because there's no dome. I feel that if you're being focused as Griffin, you really should be on your machine gun a bit more. But there's that harpoons. Amazing teamwork between these three without having to assault. Still doing a bit of damage here and there. Really, really, really good job. So it looks like he's going to go back, go ahead and eat Parnell. Looks like Parnell's body decayed. And eat a little bit of a Steamodon. They're all rejuvenated, and so now they're deciding probably whether to chase and follow. They could probably do a little bit of harass damage. They're not going to probably do enough to get through his armor a second time, but they are only a minute away before the assault's up. And so what they can do is just keep on waiting for him to come out of the caves, because the caves can't last for food forever unless there's glaciopods with poop. And I have evolved all the way from stage 1 to 3 in the caves, eating nothing but poop pretty much. Really, really good job. This is actually a hard place for the monster to fight because it's very, very easy for the hunters. Yeah, exactly. Just going from one spot to the other. Look at that. Amazing, amazing jetpack work, you know. Val should be coming up, and great boost by Sunny. But this is a very strong area. These 4 pillars are really hard for a monster, especially Behemoth, to really focus on because it's very easy. Oh, and Task Force is separated, but it looks like that fissure is going to miss. So once again, he is out of armor and he's forced to retreat. And in 10 seconds, the assault will be joining the team very, very shortly. Very, very good job keeping up with the tranks and the harpoons as much as possible. And I feel like Behemoth probably could have just gone in a straight line instead of kind of zigzagging and losing a little bit of momentum during those turns. So if anyone's ever played Mario Kart, I kind of consider Behemoth to be very, very similar to Bowser or Dry Bones or King Kong or any of those other big racers. He's got a slow accelerate but a high max speed, and so turning is actually very bad for him because he loses a lot of momentum to do that. Oh, Sharper. Ooh, watch out for that Crowbill. And that Trank and Harpoon. Really, really good job. But right now, everyone's very, very low, and that's very scary as a Val, just because a lot of your team is low, and anybody could go down at any time. So I feel that he probably could get a lot of damage on the Sharper, but he feels like he's not in a good position without armor, and the Assault finally showing up. So right now, really strong game on the Hunter team, doing a great job just constantly keeping him tranked, constantly harpooning him, because it's forcing him to use skills, which slows him down and keeps you close, and it also forces him to use traversal for not optimal routes. So he's got no ability to eat, and that's what their strength of this team comes from, is preventing food and armor. So your damage is a little bit lighter because you don't have Cabot, you know, you don't have Abe. Your damage is a little bit less, but what this team makes up for is that it's very, very easy. Ooh, very, very scary with Val. Val might be going down right now. Ooh, can she heal burst herself? No, and it looks like Val's going down. So right now, Tharmac could be doing a lot of damage. Not sure how I feel about this dome. I don't think that dome was actually a good call. Just because... Oh, prevent him from eating. Prevent him from eating if possible. Nope, looks like he's going to be eating. Oh, good shot. Good res. Good res. So the Assault's back up, and I feel that the Behemoth is actually going to die. So the dome actually ended up working well, but that could have gone very, very south. If he ate a little bit of armor and then fissured over here in that direction, and it looks like the Hunters killed the Behemoth. Very, very good job. Very good. I'm trying to say Behemoth as much as possible, Einstein. It's many years of practice to get out. GG, that was really close several times. Let me go ahead and back out. Really, really, really good on both sides. I saw a lot of really good plays from both teams. I did like that you were trying to stay in that building with Behemoth until you realized that you could get away and go into the caves, at which point you were trying to bait them out. It was an interesting standoff there because, you know, they didn't want to necessarily dome you in the caves because that would be a waste of a dome, and then you could just go run off and escape and evolve. But at the same time, like, neither side was wanting to commit, and eventually the Behemoth had to, just because you had no other choice because your armor was so low. There were a couple of times when you almost finished some people off, but really good boosting, really clutch healing, really, really good saves on the Hunter side. Unfortunately, after the evolution, once Parnell found you, I feel that lava bomb in the face just hit you. I saw that personal shield go off just a split second after you got hit by it, and that's kind of what started the cascade. It was interesting because if you had a little bit more food there, especially a glaciopod in the caves, I feel you probably could have just kept eating the poop and waiting for them to stay out because they obviously weren't going to come to you, and they were waiting for you. It's a really good stop because that position where they fought you, where that tyrant pool is, they did exactly what good hunters should do. Those 4 pillars are really, really, really hard against a monster, especially a behemoth, to try to, because those 4 pillars, you just keep hopping from one side to the side, and it's just really annoying, especially as a behemoth, because there's not much you can do because it gives a lot of mobility to the hunters. So really good job on picking your fights. I feel that the last dome being thrown when it did was probably a mistake. It ended up working out perfect for you because you ended up finishing it out anyway, but I feel like that if he was able to eat that one body and fissure through the wall and hit the person rezzing the other guy, it could have gone south very quickly, and then you'd have the 2 weakened people be right next to each other inside a dome, and he probably could have closed out the game there with that with you guys' health. So interesting, good, but really, really good job. It's really, really hard to keep away from a team like that, like the Val Griffin Sunny combo. They don't do a ton of damage. I mean, they can do a decent amount, but their biggest thing is just being able to stay on you for so long and just preventing you from eat, so you can never get that armor or the next evolution off. So really good job both sides. You know, I'm sure that Behemoth was very, very frustrated getting harpooned and tranked all the time. Really good job though. That was a good game to watch.
I still feel dirty for playing Sunny though.
I feel that her boost.
Ridiculous.
Well, the nice thing is I never felt like you used Sunny in using the boost inside of combat isn't too bad. Her drone isn't too combat. The only thing I don't like about her is the 100-meter trapper domes that she is famous for. And the nice thing is I never really saw that, and that's the only complaint I have with her. Like, I'm okay with the boosting in battle for the most part. It could be toned down a little, yeah. Same thing with her shield or her drone. It could be toned down slightly, but for the most part, the only thing I don't like about her kit is that she can be like, hey, Trapper, you here 100 meters in 2 seconds and dome the monster, go. That's what I hate. And so there was none of that, so I don't think you should feel dirty.
Also, jump height OP apparently.
Have you guys tried the jump height perk yet, the 300%?
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Tried it once that game. That was just silly.
I like that perk now. Like, it's funny how big of a difference between 200 and 300% is, because I always remember when I picked up the 400% jump height perk, I was like, this buff is amazing. And whenever I took the character perk that's 200%, it never felt like it was half. It was like I felt like I was jumping a quarter of the height maybe. But 300% is a lot of fun. I'm starting to enjoy that one a lot.
Like, against Behemoth, it was just ridiculous, because anytime he just rolled at me, I just jumped right over it.
Yeah, it's really good for Griffin, I feel, because Griffin usually does a lot of jumping over the monster, so if the monster is targeting Griffin, he can jump over, and then he can be behind to start harpooning him again. Really good harpoons, by the way. I like that you hold off, that you don't just shoot him whenever their reload is up. You always wait for a traversal, or for him to go after somebody before using it, so I did want to make a comment on that, so really good job with the Griffin play.
Yeah, I was ambitious on domes that game. I missed them at like 15 meters.
Yeah, it was pretty funny too, because I did like that you were holding off on that first dome though, like when he was in the cave area by the sloth, just because I like seeing. I feel that eventually the meta is going to catch up this way, but I really feel that a lot of good hunter teams are going to wait until the monster's at 75 or even 50% armor and then throw the dome, because otherwise the hunters are going to be able to keep up with the monster and keep on preventing him from evolve. So the monster either evolves and the whole team's doing damage and he gets domed, or the monster is going to be at 50 or 75% armor because he's engaging or trying to get away, and then they get the dome throw on him and stuff. So I think it's an interesting call, and I really, really have a lot of respect for trappers that are really, really good about holding off on doming outside of specific instances. Really good games go. So I'm going to go ahead and head back to chat real quick, and I will start getting the next team set up. I will be AFK for a couple minutes trying to set up for the 24-hour marathon, so feel free to stick around. I will have my chat open all day. So if anybody's in there, I'll periodically between games be asking, hey, anyone want to fill in, and those kinds of things. So thank you for the games, and I will see you when I see you.